Today's Safety Toolbox talk is about working in confined spaces. OSHA standards for confined spaces state, before any of us ever come through a hatch, one way in or one way out, into a vaulted area, a basin, a deep excavation, some type of a pit or a vaulted sidewalk, we need to use a 4-gas meter and test the atmosphere to make sure that this oxygen is what we typically breathe at 20.8%, and that it doesn't contain any hydrogen sulfide, marsh type gases, carbon monoxide, something that could kill us. The confined space definition is one way in, one way out, typically not adaptable for humans to be in for an 8-hour period, especially if we can't stand up straight. Confined spaces are very, very dangerous. Typically we have an entrance that goes in after the atmosphere is tested and cleaned. We use forced air machine to keep ventilation in there. Our entrant typically wears a harness and is tied off to a tripod system where a tradesman would be up on top supervising and being able to crank him back up with a tripod if by chance our individual became unresponsive. Confined spaces are one of the leading killers in the construction industry also, because once again, the hazard is not knowing. Multiple fatal facts on the OSHA websites keep stating people are going down into these spaces, into sewer basins and so on and so forth, not understanding that they need to test the atmosphere, and they end up turning out to be a fatality. So in regard to confined spaces, this week's Toolbox talk, let's talk a little bit about potential confined spaces on our current projects and or previous stories, shared stories, so that it's a learning experience for all of us. Thank you and have a safe week.